Very eye opening. Give me 1 second here. Very eye opening. So I think you guys really need to see this. There we go. Okay, so I think you guys really need to see this. My name is Giant Johnny, and this is Giant Johnny Live. It talks about the climate. I don't know if you guys are. Uh, do you remember? If you're around my age or whatever, I'm sure you do remember. But for the longest time, conservative Republicans, MAGA, have been telling us that climate change isn't real. And then you go outside and you feel every single summer is very, very real. Every winter, every short winter, you can see that it's real. Every short spring, you can see that it's real. Because we don't really have two weathers anymore. Weather's pattern is winter and summer. Either it's really hot or it's really cold. So we got like two seasons anymore. Nothing really in between, except for maybe like a few weeks or a month or so in between. And then it goes to the extreme temperatures. And so now we're seeing what they were telling us wasn't true. So this is bad, y'all. So let's take a look at the weather. And then I think in Antarctica, somewhere where it's really cold, it hit like 100 degrees for the first time. And it's crazy, y'all. That's so totally crazy. So listen to this, and I want y'all to tell me your thoughts when we get done.
And I feel like we're hitting a point now where it is so undeniable, even the normie position has become, we might be cooked. Like, it might be over. Looking at just how much the climate has degraded and changed for the worse, this is getting really terrifying. So first, let me show you this. France has reported around 1,000 deaths due to the heat wave that they're experiencing over there. 1,000. Okay. More than 1,300 excess deaths recorded in European heat wave more broadly. Now, this is according to the World Health Organization. I got to be honest, when it's all said and done, I think it's going to be higher than that. We already have reports of like a bunch of hospitals are basically at limit or over capacity because they're dealing with so many people who are experiencing symptoms from the extreme heat. Now, I know many of you in the US might be thinking, well, hold on, what the fuck? How is this something that's like deadly? How are so many people dying as a result of this? Well, you have to understand they have a more mild climate in Europe, or at least they did for a very long time. And so there's not many of them that actually have AC units, right? Like, a lot of them just live without AC at all. And because, in the summer, it might be fucking 65 degrees, 68 degrees usually. But when you're looking at days where now you're talking over 90 and the humidity very high, now it becomes one of those things where there's no AC, and a lot of people who are very old or very young, and their bodies aren't functioning as well anymore, they can't shed the heat, and they end up dying, right? So this already is a catastrophe, and then is leading to a bunch of people wanting AC, but then that stresses their electric grid, and there's cascading effects to this stuff. And so this is just now the new normal, right? Like, now climate scientists are saying the temperatures we're experiencing now are what the 2050s were supposed to be, but we're experiencing them in the 2020s now. As I keep telling you, the scientists keep screaming bloody murder and saying, it appears like this is worse than the worst case scenario. Every time they open their mouths, it sounds like this is worse than the worst case scenario. Okay, look at this. Today has become the hottest June day in British recorded history with a high of 37.3 degrees Celsius. That's about 99 degrees Fahrenheit. The previous 50-year record was broken Wednesday with a high of 36.1 degrees Celsius, then again yesterday with 36.7 degrees Celsius, and now broken again today. So multiple days in a row where it's the highest temperature ever recorded. All right. All tram service suspended in Leipzig, Germany due to high temperatures. The rails are melting. Well, technically, it's not the rails that are melting. It's the joint sealant in the tracks that's melting. But either way, it's unworkable. It's unusable. So the rails are now melting, or the sealant in the rails is melting, making travel impossible because of the extreme heat. Okay. Well, how about here? Well, in the U.S., we're looking at a massive heat wave. The situation is certainly escalating along the eastern seaboard, the I-95 corridor, for later this week. The NOAA is forecasting peak highs close to the hottest ever measured. All-time highs from New York City to Baltimore, to D.C., to Raleigh, etc., are in the 103 to 107 degree range. In many cases, the forecast is neck and neck. Add to it high humidity, and the feels like temps will be near 115 in spots. Take this seriously, folks. It will be dangerous. By the way, right where I am happens to be the worst in the entire country with a feels like of 113 degrees forecast for Washington, D.C., near all-time records. Okay, now at the same time, we're experiencing massive heat waves all over the place, right? Heat domes that are setting up and just like locking into place. People dying because of excess heat. The average temperature over time going up, 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 up. There's a reason why scientists stopped referring to it as global warming and started referring to it as climate change. Because they know there's some low IQ people out there who don't realize that part and parcel with this is extremes on both ends of the spectrum at any given time. So at the same time, we have 113 degrees here, 99 degrees there, people dying, food growth being interrupted, right? A shortage of water, potential famine lurking, all that horrible stuff. At the exact same time, look at this. Summer snow near Jackson Hole, Wyoming. So at the same time we're dealing with that, look at this. This is happening in Wyoming. What the fuck, bro? This is some end of day shit. And that's not like a little snow. That's like, that shit is sticking. How the fuck is that shit sticking in the summer? You know, usually the road is going to be warm enough from the summer sun where, like, it's going to be above freezing, so when it lands, the snow will melt. The snow's not melting. The snow's not melting. All right, so that's Wyoming. How about this? Drivers navigating flooded streets in Green Bay, Wisconsin, after a storm brought hail and several inches of rain in a short time. Look at this. This looks like it's AI generated. It's not. This is actually real.
Oh my God. This is not even a good idea. This
I love the accent.
This is not a good idea. This is like flash flooding. How are we even going to get home? Oh my God. This is insane.
Look at them. They're flooded.
This is insane.
Now, we also have Idaho, Meridian, Idaho. Look at this. Look at this street. It's a street of fucking hail. It's a hail river street. Look at this. Now, there's also flooding going on in Spain right now. There's flooding in Spain. Here's Boise, Idaho. Yet again, it's like a glacial hail river street. Look at this. It's almost fucking July, y'all. It's almost July. So what we're witnessing is exactly what was predicted, which is increased extremes on both ends of the spectrum. And it's happening all at once. As the average goes up, 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 there's increased extremes on both ends of the spectrum. And I haven't even said anything about this super El Nino, which is likely to occur, which will be an absolute catastrophe. Okay, look at this. Here's a chart of global sea surface temperatures from 1982 to 2026, with the years 2023, 24, and 25 omitted. As of June 27th, global temperatures have set a 26 daily record highs in a row. 26 daily record highs in a row. Look at this. Global sea surface temperatures, and the red line is what we're dealing with right now. I don't know, man. It really does look like we've hit the point of no return. Okay, that's what this looks like to me. This is way above and beyond what it should be at the moment. 3.4 sea surface temperatures have now set a record daily high for 28 consecutive days. June 26th saw an anomaly of 1.75 degrees Celsius above the 1991 to 2020 baseline. Okay, here's what that looks like in chart form. Again, red line represents now, represents today. Absolutely, positively terrifying. All right, global temperature variations over the last 2022 years. Look at this. Here's where we are now. I don't know, man. Seems kind of scary as we have massively increased those carbon dioxide levels because of our oil and gas usage, because of our dirty fossil fuel usage. As the carbon dioxide goes, so goes the temperature of the planet. Insane. Global temperature variations absolutely skyrocketing in recent history. This should really wake people up, but again, not sure it will. And as Matthew Todd says, let's face it, we're cooked. By the way, climate scientists are saying it looks like it's too late. Climate change is undeniable for decades now. It rather looks unsolvable now. Okay. Scientist Zeke Housefather from the IPCC admits meeting goals to limit global warming has become functionally impossible. An excellent and sobering piece flagging the results of a new study published in Nature, especially as, in the real world, there's no chance of limiting the global average temperature rise to 2 degrees Celsius. And that piece is in carbonbrief.org. And we have breaking: climate change cannot be reversed even by zero emissions, says top scientist. It cannot be reversed even by zero emissions. To say we have screwed the pooch is a colossal understatement here. I guess now what we're relying on is...
Okay. Oh, that's crazy, y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Leave your comments, and we're gonna talk about this, man. Y'all think our climate is screwed? Y'all think we're at the point of no return? Let me know what y'all think. My name is Johnny. Thank you for watching.